Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at adding dimensions in AutoCAD. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to hit the subscribe button and like the video. We're so thankful for everyone who's been helping us grow, and we're thankful that these videos are helping people. So in this video, again, we're going to go over dimensions. We're going to go over this very quickly, and I'm going to show you what to do. So the following drawing is from a project I was working on for my course. This is something that we cover, again, that's on our website. If you want to check it out, it's 40% off right now. So go head on over to our website, verwavedraftinginc.com, and go to the AutoCAD Basics course if you want to learn everything about starting AutoCAD and learning how to start for the first time. With that said, let's get into this. So what you're going to notice here is I have a drawing. I have no dimensions on it. I actually have the layer frozen that has my dimensions on it, just so I can show you guys kind of how dimensions work. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up here and you're going to want to go to your dimension. So you can click that, and then there's a few ways you can do this. So there's two ways you can get a dimension on a line. So the first thing you can do is the normal way, is you click the end of the line, then you click the other end of the line, and then you'll get this. So then, as you can see here, I have my dimension. It's 98 centimeters. You know, whatever. If you're using imperial or metric, doesn't matter. This is applicable to both, and you've got your thing. So this method is useful if I'm making a distance between 2 points when there's only, there's, as you can see, like there's another way to do it. As if you click on the line, it'll give you that dimension for that line specifically. But you can't use that if I wanted to measure, let's say, from this wall to the end of here, and meet it up here. Then what I'd have to do is I have to use this method. So I click here, I go over, I come up, I snap it, and then it shows me the exact dimension there. So that's one way of doing it. That is why that version works for most people better. But clicking on the line I find is easier. So I'm going to type in dimension, because that's another way you can get dimension. So you don't have to click the thing up there. You can type dimension, and then you go here and you can just click on that, click that, and then you'll have your dimension for that line. One thing I'm going to note, I'm going to tell you guys right now, is the style you use is very, very important. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on your annotation. You're going to want to click on the A with the little paintbrush type thing, and you can edit your styles from here. This is very important. This gives you what you need to make sure it works properly on your page. I always use annotative well, not always, but most of the time I use it because it tends to work with my drawings. Other people I know, they don't use annotative. They just create their own scale for every drawing, or they create their own scale, and that's fine. You do whatever fits you. But you can play around with the width factor, the angles, other effects like backwards, upside down. I can't do vertical, but you can also adjust the paper text height and stuff like that. Change the font, whatever you want. So just click apply and then cancel whenever you're done. But one thing you can do is if you do click on dimensions, and let's say your dimension, let's say you've got it all down and it's way too small, you can't read it. That's a common issue that we see in the industry and with our students. One thing you can do is you can go here and then you go to annotation, and then you can actually change your style. Sorry about that. When I said click the A with the paintbrush, it's actually the one below it. This one up here edits the text. The one below it edits the dimension style. So you can see here that you can change it. It'll give you a little preview of what it looks like. My annotative looks the same as ISO 25, but there's a slight difference I will show you about. You can modify your annotative. You click modify and you can adjust everything that you want in here. You can adjust the text height. So this is all adjustable. They make it very easy and simple to use, so you don't get messed up. So you can figure things out. So what I want to show you now is I want to show you how you can change this. So click on your dimension, go to annotation, you go near the line with the little paintbrush, and then you can just change from annotative to ISO 25 or whatever, or standard. So most of you probably have this issue where you click this and you're like, oh my goodness, the number is so small, I can't read the dimension, it's too small. How do I fix this? So you can leave that dimension, you just need to edit it. So click it, go to annotation, change it to annotative, or go manage your dimension styles and create your own that looks right. You don't have to delete all your dimensions. Don't worry. You don't have to get rid of them all. You can just click them all, edit them, and then give them a new style, as you can see here. So, I do ISO 25, and that's set for next time. But here, if I click ISO 25, it's set for this one. So you have to click it. Another thing to note is that this does impact your leaders, so be aware when you're doing that, but your leader style is generally the same as your style that you use for dimensions. So I'm just going to show you what I did. I'm just going to show you what I did, sorry, in the course. So I'm going to go to my layers. I'm going to thaw I'm going to thaw my layer. I'm going to click my dimension layer, and you're going to see this is the dimensions that I had on this. It's all in imperial. The other one was in metric. Don't ask why. I don't know. But it's the same principle. So you can see, I did my door. I did my radius. So the way you do a radius dimension is you click dimension, and then you click, and then you have to be careful, but you can see here you can click on the circle, the ellipse, or whatever you're using, and it'll give you a radius. This one's in metric, the one I'm putting on for some reason again, but I have the other one in feet. So that's like the basics of dimensions. Again, if you want more information, go check out our website. We post blog posts every 2 weeks. We're posting YouTube videos. We're trying to do that every week. We're going to be covering Civil 3D, Revit, everything, to give you guys snippets of how to do things. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. And remember, go check out the website, and thank you for your support. And we'll catch you next time.